back to this. We are looking at a problem that says a line has a slope of 1 and passes through the point 6, 1. What is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form? And when you have a point and the slope, there's really a couple ways to do this, but one way is to basically say, looking at this is point slope formula, okay? And so I'm given the point, so what I do is I write y minus 1 equals, remember m is the slope, so 1 times x minus 6, okay? And so, so all I then have to do is get y on one side, x on the other, right? First, I need to eliminate these parentheses. Since this is multiplied by 1, I can just take it away. Okay, and then add 1 to both sides. And what I get then is y equals x, right, minus 5. So that is then the that line. And if you want to check it, you can always just graph it, is okay. You could also take 6, 1 and plug it in here for x and y and make sure that works, right? So if I put 6 here and 1 here, right, 6 minus 5 does equal 1, okay? So that's how you do that type of problem. Okay, then I have, right, line that includes a point 3,2 has a slope of 0. What is its equation in slope-intercept form? Well, this one is an interesting question because if it has a slope of 0, okay, remember a slope of 0 is a flat line, right? It's flat. So basically, if I had a graph like this, okay, this is my line that has a slope of 0. And so basically, y is going to be the same thing all the time. And there is, because there's no change in y, right? So when we have a slope of 0, we're going to say the line includes 0.32, right? So we're going to say y equals 2. And that's our equation. Now, equation for the line. Now, if you want to, if you wanted to figure it out yourself, okay, we have 3, 2, so y minus 2 equals, the slope is 0, right? 0 times x minus 3, okay? The problem here is, remember, anything multiplied by 0 is 0, right? This whole side is 0. Y minus 2 equals 0, and then add 2 to both sides. So y equals 2, which is what I had right there. So this is the correct equation that you would put into that answer. All right. Now I'm looking at another one. I've got a line, right, and that includes a point 9,6. Okay, so 9,6, and it passes through, or has a slope of 2/3. Okay, and the only thing that's different about this is the slope is a fraction, and in fact, slopes are fractions. Okay, so keep that in mind. They're always fractions because you have a slope of 4, it's really 4 up and 1 over, right? So you have a slope of 4. Excuse me. So so this is no different. We're going to do y minus 6 equals m is 2/3 x minus 9. Okay. Now in this case, right, we do have some work to do here. 2/3 x and then 2/3 times 9, right? And so we have 2/3 times 9. 3 goes into 9 3 times, so it's 3 times 2. So that's 6 equals 6. Okay, and so that's going to be minus 6. So y minus 6 equals 2/3 x minus 6. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides, and I get y equals 2/3 x, right? We don't write plus 0 there. So it's y equals 2/3 x. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here. And in this question, what is the equation in slope-intercept form if I have 2 points, right? So I have 2 points. I need to find the equation in slope-intercept form. And I'm going to do that, right, using this same, a general idea, but first we need to find the slope, right? So we have our 2 points, 1 and -3, and -3 and -3. Okay. I can already tell you that I know right now what this is going to be, even though I haven't seen this before. I mean, I've seen similar ones, and that's why I know what it's going to be. But let's just work it out. Remember the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? So that's the slope formula. And so I'm going to call this one 1 and this one 2 to keep things straight. So I get -3 minus -3 over, right, -3 minus 1. So what is that? That's -3 minus -3 is 0. Okay. -3 minus 1 is -4. Okay. Anything going into 0, 0 divided by anything is 0, right? So what we know then is we have the slope equals 0. All right. So how are we going to use that? Well, you can do the y minus, and I'm going to say -3 equals 0 times x minus 1, right? I'm using this one right here. And this side's going to be 0. Y plus 3 equals 0. Y equals -3. Okay, this is our equation. Now, the clue would be that it's a flat slope. Slope equals 0. Okay, that's flat. The other clue would be in both of these, y is the same number. Remember, slope is the change in y over the change in x. Well, there was no change in y. And so that's how I knew right away what this was going to be, because when there's no change in y, you just take the point that you're given, and make it equal to y, and that's your equation. So that one. And I'm going to stop here, and then I'll start up again in another video, and we'll be on the level 5. at that point.